spoilers. I know they're supposed to come before it happens, but we just say it after we spoil shit.
That was a spoiler. Just go back and erase it from your memory.
Yeah, you could do that. You can do whatever you set your mind to.
Well, hey there, everyone. How are you?
Now that we've acknowledged your existence.
Were you there the whole time?
This is embarrassing.
So embarrassing. I'm Ken.
And I am Chris.
This is the Geek Pants Camcast. Believe it or not, it still exists.
We're up to 30 subscribers, by the way.
Yeah, you like that?
I looked at it last night.
I boosted the shit out of that.
I was like, wow, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
I was like giving away stuff that I didn't need on High Def Ninja. Be like, I'll give this to you if you subscribe.
Woo!
Subscribers! Yay!
Well, it sounds better than, we're up to 13 now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're more than double.
And the thing is, these people all love what we're doing. It's just they never knew it existed.
Yeah, and even the subscribing thing, I just recently started doing that with this video gamer, the Rad Brad.
Okay, yeah,
You're familiar with him?
I've seen his stuff.
First of all, I think he's awesome. Like, just the way he's presents everything.
Yep.
The games he plays are awesome. Like, now I want to play more video games because of the Rad Brad.
So now you're like, I gotta get a PS4.
Yeah, now I have to get a PS4. Now I have to play Hitman, that new Hitman game.
The new Hitman, yeah.
Like, his run-through on that one, I was just like, oh my god.
And that's really cool, too, because you can play the first episode for free.
Yeah.
So, like, if you get a PS4, you can play it and be like, okay, I actually don't like it before you spend money.
I don't know. Rad Brad makes
probably
it look really cool.
Well, I mean,
I also love when he's just
Are you as rad as Brad?
I'm not.
Well...
I'm not, because, you know... it is a really great nickname, too, the Rad Brad. I was
why wouldn't you go
that's
with
awesome.
that? I would go with that.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything
I love his little tagline. It was just like, I love you guys. Let's do this. I'm like, all right, let's do this, Brad. I'm with you on this one.
There's so many good YouTubers out there.
There is. There's a lot of really good YouTubers.
Like these people could be on TV shows.
But it's funny. For him, he's topped out for me because now I watch other guys and I'm like, it's okay, but you know, you're not Rad Brad.
See, I'm a kind of funny fan.
Kind of funny? I'm gonna have to check that one out. I'm gonna have to check that.
They're really good. They got 2 channels. One is like they do the Game Over Greggy show and they talk about every topic.
Okay.
The other channel is Kind of Funny Games. It's all games.
Okay. All right.
Really good.
Okay.
I'll throw them up on my TV downstairs and Adrian will watch with me and we'll just both be laughing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll
and
definitely.
they do a thing like this, like at a table, friends just hanging out.
Oh.
So
yeah.
So yeah, I copied them.
No. That's what is it? Great minds think alike.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
That we'll go with that.
That's gotta be.
I was actually thinking of this well before I found out about them. So
right. Yeah.
I just didn't do anything until I went, hey, look how much fun these guys are having.
Yeah, that thing that I
why
have.
Why the fuck are we not doing this?
Exactly.
We sit around and talk with each other all the time. Hey, let's just put on a camera.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, hey, welcome to my house. We're going to be shooting here. This won't be the background forever. This is like probably just a 1 episode. A look at all the movies Ken has. There's
or
my
maybe
There's my Dark Knights right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is what you were talking about.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. See, and the hologram or lenticolor, or whatever you call it.
Lenticular.
Lenticular, that's right. I was like, man, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but anyways.
Should we say the address so that just in case Nick Cage figures out that he wants to be on the show?
Right.
Right.
Come on, Nick. I got so many movies here you can autograph. And
you could be on camera.
We got Tim Hortons. You might win a free donut if you roll up the rim.
If you do it soon.
Oh.
Okay, so I guess not.
Nothing.
Now I'm just.
It's got to happen.
I'm trying to figure out like what Nick Cage picture you're gonna come up with next because it is kind of neat. The ones.
That's why I want the green screen. I can just have every picture pop up. I can have that Con Air one where his hair's like blowing.
What is it? The True Vampire.
Which would be perfect because you could turn around and be like, and I'll put that picture up.
Nice.
Yeah. See.
Nice.
It works.
Is that True Vampire the one where he eats the cockroach or whatever? And then he
Vampire's Kiss.
Vampire's Kiss, that's the one. That's the one.
So funny. He's not a vampire and he thinks he's a vampire.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I wanted to watch it just because it was like, that's a fucking hilarious premise.
I wanted to watch Raising Arizona in the theater a couple of weeks ago, but couldn't make it.
Yeah. Well, life, eh?
Life, you know, the whole
finds a way.
Adulting.
Oh man, I used that the other day,
adulting.
But I hate that phrase.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm totally adulting. You're doing the same thing everyone's done centuries.
I'm adulting.
But now we call it adulting.
Maybe I couldn't stay a kid forever? What's this fucking horseshit, man? So today we're going to talk about Phase 2.
Wait,
of the
hold on. Is it still Geek Pants?
Yeah.
Because you didn't say Geek Pants.
I did. I started off.
When did you say Geek Pants?
Look at like minutes ago, man. I said the Geek Pants Camcast. I can't remember. Remember I was talking about how we haven't done it in months?
I remember you saying that part, but I don't remember you
happening.
saying the Geek Pants Camcast.
This is the Geek Pants Camcast, believe it or not.
See, I got that done better than you did.
I feel like we should start wearing like superhero pajama bottoms to live up to the title.
Or just no pants at all, because how are they going to notice?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's true.
You made that weirder than it was.
Well, I mean, just don't get an erection in the thing, because I don't want the table lifting. It's not very sturdy.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all looks. It's just...
They'll know, too, because it'll be like that.
Yeah, it'll lift right up, your coffee will spill over.
That's right. Because we have huge egos.
That's all, just egos. This is the Geek Pants Camcast, Chris.
Thank you for saying
Geek Pants Camcast.
I'm mad that you made me.
I don't even really want to count the episode numbers anymore because it's embarrassing. I actually called the Kung Fury 1 4.5.
Yeah.
I was like, this is
nice,
4.5.
Nice. All right, whatever. So it's our fifth one.
It's our fifth one.
Who cares?
But like I said,
People start at 1.
Yeah.
And then they go. We said like 1 million, right? So you have to get to number 5.
We got a lifetime, man.
Yeah.
You know, YouTube. I don't know what that'll be like. 30 years from now.
Yeah. We'll probably be retired, living off of the residuals from
Absolutely.
the amount of money we make doing this.
in our gold thrones, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
The gold thrones. That's right. Yeah. And chalices. I was like, as soon as you said gold throne, I was like, chalice! I finally can use that word. It's so great. So Marvel Phase 2.
Marvel Phase 2. 5 films.
Yep.
We're going to start with, I don't even actually, Iron Man 3 is the
Iron Man
first
3
one.
is the first of the...
Okay, you know what? I was thinking about Phase 2 today, and I was looking at the lineup,
yep.
And I realized that Phase 2 is probably my most, it's probably the most disappointing. Yeah, you got all of them right there. Iron Man 3. Boom. Oh, look, they're actually in fucking order for me.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, except I got Ant-Man in the wrong spot. See, I threw you off with that one.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
Yeah.
You're
Boom!
welcome.
Thank you. It's funny because it has one of my favorite Marvel movies with Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's probably my least favorite run of Marvel movies. Most disappointing. Because Iron Man 3 I was disappointed with. Especially when you were coming off Avengers.
Yeah.
But we're gonna delve into Iron Man 3, but I'm just like...
Yeah, no, there was no way I walked out of that theater like, yeah!
Yeah!
Yes!
Yeah!
This is awesome!
It was a very weird movie.
Very weird.
Because it's not what anyone was expecting it to be.
No, and even the fact that it made like $1 billion.
Well, people love frickin' Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, but like,
Tony Stark.
I watched the movie and I was like, I wasn't compelled to see it again. Like Avengers, I was like, yeah, I could see this like 4 or 5 more times, and I wouldn't like really get sick of it. Maybe around the 5th time, I'd be like, okay, now I'm good.
Yeah.
But Iron Man 3 was definitely a one and done, and then maybe when it comes out again, I'll watch it just to kind of see if maybe.
So have you only seen it once?
No, I've seen it a couple of times.
Okay.
I've seen it a couple of times.
And did you warm up to it all on your second and third viewings?
It's about the same. It's still the same. Like, I mean, I didn't like how this was a Tony Stark movie. Yeah,
it's basically what I call it, Tony Stark and the Iron Men.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. I didn't like
it's a Bond movie with Tony Stark.
Like, it's funny because, like, Iron Man 2 gets a lot of flack for jamming a whole bunch of stories into one movie.
Yeah.
But then you look at Iron Man 3, and it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you've got Tony suffering from PTSD, which I thought was great. I liked that.
I love that aspect.
I was like,
that aspect was so
they've
good.
never touched myself like that before.
There's going to be spoilers. If you haven't seen Phase 2, then just go away.
At this point now, if you haven't seen any of the movies, don't... I mean, subscribe, watch later on when you watch these movies.
Yeah, subscribe. Just, share it even. So you can
definitely
ruin
share
the movies for all your friends and family.
Share it for sure. Share it to everybody.
But watch it later on. That's cool.
I mean, I guess we might as well. We're in it, so we might as well just jump right into it.
Let's just jump right into it. Okay,
so yeah, the PTSD stuff. I really like that aspect. I remember distinctly being in the theater and going like, "Oh, that's kind of cool that they did that.
I would be like that if I was a regular dude in an armor suit. And all of a sudden there's fucking aliens and I'm in a wormhole. And
yeah, like you pretty much died to save the world.
Yep.
You know, and you had, and in doing so, you made Captain America think you were cool.
Yeah.
Because he thought you were fucking useless.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like, I mean, I thought that was a really neat touch. And then, what else? What else did I like? I as much as I hate to say it, I actually liked the Mandarin, Trevor Slattery, or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool in the lead up to him because, like, Kingsley did this thing where, like, in one thing he had a weird, almost East European accent, and then in another one it was another sort of, like, ethnic accent. Like, he was doing that weirdo, like, all-encompassing terrorist type thing.
The lead up to him?
That was really cool.
You'll never see me coming, or whatever he said.
Yeah.
Like, that voice. So good.
I was like, man, this is a really awesome take for a pretty racist character.
Yeah.
And so now they make it so that he's sort of raceless because he's all encompassing.
He's everything.
You know, he's every single terrible ethnic terrorist out there in one thing. And I thought, holy fuck, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, the reveal, which I did chuckle at first. I was like, oh, that's kind of, okay, we subverted expectations. But every time I watched it after that, I was always just like, yeah, but, man, you build him up so much. And then it's just like, yeah, he's not the real boss. The real boss is, what's his face?
Oh, Killian.
Killian, yeah. And
which was fine, but I mean, like, the Mandarin is Iron Man's big villain.
Yeah.
Like, I was waiting to see Iron Man against Mandarin.
I was all in,
like,
especially because in the first movie, they mentioned the 10 rings.
I know,
and immediately I was like, no way.
Mandarin is out there. Like, this is
going to be great, right? And then to use that as sort of the lead-in for, it's a terrorist conglomerate.
Yeah.
But also, and I mean, you could have just as easily still had the 10 rings on him and make him powerful. You know, instead they I mean, it's funny, but it's just, I feel like it's a huge letdown, especially because they build him up so well.
I know.
You know? And I mean, Killian...
Yeah, you know, like, he was a good villain.
But
he's not the villain I wanted. Like, that's not who I went to Iron Man 3 to see.
No, and my problem with Killian was, it was kind of like with Iron Man 2 and, what's his name?
Oh.
Hammer.
Oh, Hammer. Yeah.
So now we have two guys that are essentially the less cool version of Tony Stark.
Yeah. As
the bad guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Justin Hammer was awesome.
He was a great
Sam
guy.
Rockwell, he was just bang on. I was like, man, we should see more of him. Because he was just great. Killian did the same thing, except now he was, like, really nerdy in the beginning and then became really cool. But it was the same type of character. And the whole... So we had, so PTSD, great. We had Mandarin, great. Build up.
To a degree, yeah.
But then, and then you had Killian and Extremis, and then ultimately the real Mandarin until they retcon that, right?
I hope they retcon it. But they're not going to retcon it because we're at this is the end now.
They did.
They got Thanos. Like,
they retconned it because they did say he's still out there, right? So
I guess, but I mean, are we really going to see him?
It's a sloppy retcon. I'm not saying it's a good one.
It's not like we're going to see Abomination again.
Exactly. Exactly. But like, so that's there's that, and then there was Pepper Potts, Iron Patriot.
Her little turn there, yeah.
You know, like that's 5 plot lines in one movie.
And don't forget about the whole little kid.
And the little kid.
Why wasn't that Amadeus Chow?
I remember literally walking out with you. We were both just like, it seems like they was building for it to be Amadeus Chow, so that later on, when he was older, he showed up. Then you're like, you're the kid.
Yeah, you could introduce him later on, like in an Avengers movie, and be like, "Oh, the Hulk! I love you, man."
Yeah.
And then there you go.
Iron Man. Hey, Tony, remember me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you helped me get my spark back.
Yeah.
You know,
that part really threw me off.
And it was
because it had so much potential to be so cool.
And it really did take me out of the movie. Like, I remember you used to say with Batman The Dark Knight, you were like, when he goes to China, it takes me out of the movie. And it never did. This took me out of the movie.
Right.
I remember immediately being like, how long is this sequence going to be? And it was a long sequence.
It's just a side story that if you were to remove that from the movie, just take it out, it's not really going to change much. You could be like, oh my God, Tony's missing. We don't see Tony Tony's back. He doesn't mention the kid once or how he got everything.
Yeah.
You like,
they do
he's
that
back. He's still alive.
Half hour, or what is it, about half an hour?
Yeah.
And then never mentions it ever again.
Right.
Ever. Doesn't have a picture of him in his suit.
Nothing.
No indication that this kid helped him out. And then, even after that, it's still, I think, another 20 minutes before he's actually in the Iron Man suit anyway.
Right.
He goes into the compound by himself.
Yeah.
With no suit on. For what? He's fucking Iron Man. Get in there, kick the door down.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try and stealth ninja it because,
with
Robert Downey Jr.
the one
can
rocket
do
boot and
Wing Chun
yeah.
in real life. Like, it was... The more I watch it, the more I'm like, I don't know what they're thinking. The other part, and then, of course, you read stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then when you read, like, the woman, I can't remember her name.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember her name either.
But
she does the villain turn.
I wanted to write it down. She does the villain turn, but then they don't commit because...
Her real name's like Rebecca something.
Yes.
Rebecca... Where the fuck did that movie go?
Yeah,
her name will be on the back.
Let's just not mix any words here.
Oh, maybe it'll be on the case.
Oh, yeah.
Slide. Yeah. What's it? Let's just slide it up. There's the cast.
Oh, there you
go.
go.
Always put it on the case and not the slip.
Rebecca Hall.
Rebecca Hall.
Yeah, Rebecca Hall. So
beautiful actress, by the way.
She's supposed to be the big bad. You find out that she's the one that's supposed to be the big bad guy.
That would have been way more entertaining.
That would have floored me.
Yeah.
Then I would have been like, you know what? I'm mad that they didn't really have the Mandarin. But if she was the real Mandarin, I would have been like, Jesus
How amazing would that be? No one would see that coming.
She's wearing 10 rings.
Yeah.
I would have been like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I would have been like, this is a lot better movie than I thought going into this.
Yes.
And then I would have said, like, we were just talking about, I don't know how, I couldn't see it making $1 billion. It blows my mind it made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, because, she was friendly with him, they shared an eye, she's really fucking evil. Oh, by the way, she's the Mandarin, like, because then you don't worry about the ethnicity stuff, how that's a racist caricature, you gender swap, all these things. I would have been like, wow, awesome.
I would have fun with all of that.
Yeah.
The only reason that made $1 billion is because it was coming off the monster.
Exactly.
Avengers.
Thor 2 could have came.
Yeah, if you would have had Thor 2 after Avengers, it would have been $1 billion movie.
It would have been $1 billion movie.
I bet they're
Every
wishing.
single person were like, I don't know why I saw this in the theater.
We should have put Thor after Avengers, so we would have made a lot more money.
By the way, I guess you can figure out we're not big fans of Thor either. The Dark World. Oof.
Yeah, that's next. Good.
I mean, like, okay, not to knock any of the people in the movie because they all did a great job.
It's a fantastic cast.
It's well acted.
Beautifully directed, cinematography, music, everything
about it is
good.
Great. It's a weird movie.
It's just, I don't know, like they didn't really have a direction. They're like, we want a little bit of this, want a little bit of that. Oh, let's just add it. Let's connect these dots. Okay,
everyone complained about this in Iron Man 2, but not one person was like, oh, there's a lot of pointless bullshit in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, Pepper Potts gets the extremists, and then what happens after that?
Yeah.
Does it just burn out of her system?
Or how about how Tony Stark stops being Iron Man at the end and all of a sudden he's Iron Man again in the next Avengers?
Yeah. The one thing that is supposed to keep him alive is the Iron Man suit, the arc reactor.
Yeah.
Okay? And nobody could ever figure this out. In the 50 million years of comic books, no one's ever been able to figure this out. Even Tony Stark, Reed Richards, who else is really super smart? Peter Parker, Hank Pym, Bruce Banner, the list goes on and on about all these geniuses. Not one person can figure it out. But
Black Panther's sister.
Chinese doctors were like, hey, Tony, guess what? We can totally fix that. You don't have to be Iron Man anymore. Okay, great. I'm not going to be Iron Man anymore. That was the biggest complaint I had. I remember we talked about this. And then because we knew Iron Man or Avengers 2 was coming out. We knew Avengers 3 was coming out, and 4 and 10. And every single time we brought that up, it was like, yeah, but how are they going to explain Tony Stark coming back? And I think I remember saying, he's just going to come back and they're not going to say anything. And they did exactly what they did.
Exactly that. But yeah, I did my my Mighty Marvel Marathon right before Civil War.
Yeah.
I watched all of them. And when I got to Iron Man 3 and I finished Iron Man 3, because when I was playing in Iron Man 3, I was like, here we go.
Yeah, trepidation.
Yeah.
Which is a good word, by the way.
I was like,
very
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice.
You're just like,
And beautiful job on pronouncing it, by the way. A lot of people, trepidation.
Yeah,
smart.
Yeah, but like, I felt the same way. It was just one of those like, Well, it's on, and I catch it right at the beginning. So
here we go. In for the ride now.
Let's dive right on in.
But when it ended, like I stopped and I thought about the movie for a while. I was like, you know what? I think the reason why I disliked that movie is because of where it takes place in all of the phase, like all the Marvel universe. If that was at the end of Phase 3, like Tony Stark lives in the Avenger movies. He says goodbye to Captain America because we know Cap's gonna die, and and then they had at Iron Man 3 or call it Iron Man 4 at the very end. Stops being Iron Man. He's gonna retire with Pepper. Everything's good. That would have been a great send off to the character.
Yeah, it is. Now that the more I think, like just you mentioning it, it is weird that they started the phase with an ending movie, no less.
With it, yeah, like I don't know why no one at Marvel looked at this and went, "This is a beautiful end to the character arc."
Yeah, and then and the beauty part is, so you do Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, and you tease that whole like, oh, we're gonna fight type of thing, right? And then you do Iron Man 3. Right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm done. I'm over with, right? And you could still do Civil War, right? Because now he's no longer Iron Man, but he still wants to protect the world, so he's going to be, just like he was going to be the SHIELD contact or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was. But essentially, he was going to be the guy that says, okay, well, we're going to do this now.
Yep.
And then it can still play out the exact same way.
Same way.
And it can mean even more, because now Tony's like, look, I was done. Now I got to put the suit back on. Now I'm going to fight you guys, and you guys were all my friends. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, the placement would have been...
And, like, you can even
and
go
then
about...
Thor could have been here and made $1 billion.
Bam! Right?
Yes. Yes.
Like, I don't know. Like, I look at this, and I'm just like, that movie would have been really good at the very end. You know, the PTSD could have been him feeling grief and depression over the loss of one of his friends or two of his friends from the last Avengers. I guess Thanos.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I misunderstood. You're saying hold it off until Avengers 3. The
end. Like, end Robert Downey Jr.'s run with that movie.
Yeah. Okay, so then, all this stuff I was saying about Civil War.
And then he could have met whatever kid and would be fine because this is his last story. Yeah. You know, we wouldn't have to mention the kid again for another fucking 10 years.
That's right. Hell, he could have adopted the kid.
Yeah, I know.
Your parents suck anyway. Might as well live with me. Would you like to be my Robin?
Take your pants off.
Yeah. Whoa. If you're going to say that, say, take your geek pants off.
Oh!
But for the record, for those of you that don't know, for the longest time, Robin didn't wear pants. Nope. He wore emerald panties. And it pains me to say that because I'm a huge Robin fan. And yes, emerald panties. Anyway, moving along. Anything else about
I think I'm good with Iron Man 3.
I think so.
I think it's a wonderfully made movie that took place at the wrong time.
Yeah. You know what's funny is some of the stuff I'm going to bring up too is the stakes in the movie. Most of the movies in Phase 2 had no stakes at all.
Yeah.
No stakes at all.
Minus the one.
There's really only one that had stakes, and you know this because it changed everything.
Yeah.
It changed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it changed the rest of the Marvel U. And we'll get to that. But everything else just sort of happened, and you don't really reference it afterwards. Nobody sits there and says, hey, Tony, how's the PTSD? You still kind of, you know what I mean? It's over, it's done with. And I mean, that's fine for that aspect, but, and we'll get into Thor right now. So Thor...